Hi, I'm Mandy Allison from Asheville, North Carolina, and today I'm going to make one of my favorite sweet treats. These are orange juice cupcakes with chai-infused cream cheese icing. They're delicious. I got inspired for this dessert because I'm a big fan of chai tea. I love getting up every morning, going down to my local coffee shop and getting a delicious cup of hot chai tea. And I love to eat dessert too, so I thought surely there's a way to make a delicious dessert with this chai flavor in it. So I came up with these orange cupcakes that's just a little hint of subtle orange flavor in them, and then the chai infused cream cheese icing that just gives it so much aroma and so much flavor. I can't wait to show you how to make them. You're gonna love them. And here's just a little secret, ladies. Sometimes I eat these for breakfast. Shh, don't tell anybody. But it's chai tea, right? It's a breakfast food. Let's get in the kitchen and I'll show you how to make them. First thing we're going to add is 1 box of a classic yellow cake mix. Any brand is fine, just 1 package of a yellow cake mix, but we're not going to make the cake the way it says on the package. We're going to do our own thing to it. So after you add your cake mix, next is a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Just going to pour that right in. And we're going to mix it all at the end. After your vegetable oil, we're going to do 1 small box of instant vanilla pudding. Perfect. And then we have 1 cup of orange juice here. Again, any kind is fine, but I use the kind without any pulp. So as long as it's a pulp-free orange juice, we're going to pour that right into our batter. And then last is 4 eggs. 4 large eggs. We're going to pour them right in to our mixing bowl. And now we're going to mix them for about 2 to 3 minutes with a handheld mixer, just until everything's well combined. So now that I've got this cupcake batter all mixed, we're almost ready to put it in our muffin pan. But first, we're going to put a little surprise crunch at the bottom of the muffin pan to give these cupcakes just a little extra specialness. We're going to take some chopped pecan pieces and just put a teeny little bit of them in the bottom of each muffin pan. Now this is a greased muffin pan. We need to grease it with, I use Crisco, but you can butter it or Baker's Joy, a spray, anything you'd like. Just make sure it's well greased before you get started. And then we're putting just a few little chips of pecans down in the bottom of each muffin pan. This is going to give it just some extra flavor, and at the bottom, almost like a crust for the cupcakes, a little surprise crunch. It makes it really special. If you have a 1/2 cup of these, that should be plenty. We're just going to do a few in each one, not too many nuts. There we go. Now that that's done, we're going to spoon our cupcake mixture into our muffin pan. I'm going to use a little ladle here just so I don't make a big mess. And we're going to fill them about 3/4 of the way full, just like you would a muffin or any cupcake that you make. Just about like that. And I'm a messy cook. I spill my batter all the time. So when we're done, I'm going to go through with a little paper towel and just clean up the edges here. Okay, now that these are full, it's ready to go in the oven. We're going to put it in a 325-degree oven for about 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Because all of our ovens are a little different, and of course altitude makes a difference in your time. So 30 minutes, give or take, until your toothpick comes out clean. Now I'm going to do 12 in there right now, but this batter does make 24 cupcakes. So we're going to get them in our oven, and then while they're baking, we're going to make our delicious chai-infused cream cheese icing to go on them. Now, for our frosting, the first thing we have to make is our super concentrated chai tea with milk. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of milk, and we're going to go ahead and brew some chai tea in that milk. Now I just bought a bag of chai tea, a store-bought brand of chai tea bag, but you can make your own chai blend if you want to. It's basically just cloves, cinnamon, star anise, and ginger, and you can put all of those together into the milk, heat it up for a few minutes, and then strain it out so that you have your chai infused milk. Or if you want to go the easy route, and I like easy, you use just your store-bought tea bag. We're going to get our milk on about medium heat here until it's hot. We're not going to let it boil, just hot. You'll see it start to steam like mine's steaming right now. And we're just going to put our tea bag in there and go ahead and let it soak in there just like you would if you were making a cup of tea for about 5 minutes or so on that hot milk until we have a nice delicious blend of Thai infused milky tea. And you can already start to smell those spices. It's just wonderful. It's going to go so good in our cream cheese icing. So we're done brewing our tea, and it's become this beautiful caramel color in just a couple of minutes, and you can smell it. Oh, it smells so delicious. Those spices, the aroma of that, it's going to be so good on these cupcakes. We're going to just set this aside now and let it cool while we make our icing. We're going to make a standard cream cheese frosting with 1 8-ounce block of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 stick of butter. They've both been softened to room temperature. And we're going to put them in our mixer and mix them for a couple of minutes until they're well blended. And then we're going to add our powdered sugar. First, okay, so I've mixed my butter, my 1 stick of butter, and my 1 block of Philadelphia cream cheese all together in my mixer. Now it's time to add 1 pound of powdered sugar. We're going to get this on just low and pour our powdered sugar in. And normally I would add some vanilla to this cream cheese frosting, but since we're adding the chai tea, we're going to leave the vanilla out. The chai tea is going to thin it out just a little bit, make it better for cupcakes, and give it a wonderful flavor. As that's mixing, we're going to get our tea ready. It's cooled off just a bit. And we're going to go ahead, turn it on maybe a little bit higher. There we go. And slowly pour in our tea. Oops, not that high. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. It's turning our whole cream cheese icing into this caramel color. Delicious. I can smell it. I can't wait to taste it. Okay, I've got my cupcakes out of the oven. I've let them cool. And then what I did was sliced off the top of each one of them so that I can put the frosting inside and then top it and make it a cute little cupcake sandwich. What I did with my frosting was I put it in this plastic bag, cut off the tips so I can just pipe the frosting right onto the cupcake. Very simple. Kind of my homemade version of something fancy. We just squeeze a little bit of that icing onto the center of the cupcake there. And it doesn't have to look real pretty because you're going to put the lid right on it. And look at the beautiful color, caramel color of that frosting. I'm going to put the top right back on it. And then you have a beautiful little cupcake sandwich. And on the bottom you can see those nuts down there, the crumbled nuts that we put on. So I'm going to get all of these made and get them on a nice platter so they're pretty to serve. Well, I've finished making all of my little cupcake sandwiches. I've put icing on the bottom, put the lids back on them, and then put some more icing on top. Aren't they cute? They taste even better than they look. I can't wait to dig into these. You're going to love them just as much as I do. Enjoy!